Boys, let's get her done. This guy, don't know who he is, don't know what he is, but he is ranking every Call of Duty from worst to best. I have been playing Call of Duty since I was a Ute. I am 25 years old, so let me tell you, I've seen some Call of Duty in my time. Let's see what he says.
Without a doubt, my most played gaming franchise of all time. I mean, I've been playing it as long as I can.
Probably same. I would say minus Fortnite. I would say Call of Duty is probably my most played game of all time for sure. Call of Duty, FIFA, and Fortnite, I would say, is the most played games for myself.
Can remember, even since I was like a little kid. With my first one being Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1. And I played every single.
Okay, 2002 did not play. I was 1 year old. 2003, I was 3, 4, 5. My first Call of Duty actually was COD 4. I actually have that on disc for my PS3. Has a red covering and everything. So, my first Call of Duty, I would say, I'm not going to claim 06, 05, 04, 03, 02. I'm going to say COD 4 because I actually have the disc for it, and I actually have prestige, and I actually have guns, and I actually have levels in that game. That was my first Call of Duty, which is crazy because I was 6 years old, but it is what it is.
Games since then. So I'm gonna rank every Call of Duty game in the franchise from worst to best and put them in a tier list. I'm not gonna be doing a point system, but just know I'm gonna be talking about the game overall. That includes the campaign,
High Rise, absolute classic.
multiplayer, zombies, and any other additional content that makes the game unique. And the biggest thing to remember is this is just my opinion. Don't throw a fit if your favorite Call of Duty is not at the top.
See, this is the thing. This is very subjective. This is like sports debates. Who's your favorite basketball player of all time? Who's your favorite American football player of all time? Who's your favorite fucking football player of all time? AKA soccer. Cristiano Ronaldo for me. It's very subjective, right? I'm going to have things in my rankings where you would probably disagree with. And that's cool.
Top of the list. Last thing before I get started, I'm only going to be focusing on the mainline Call of Duty titles, so no mobile games, no Warzone, or console exclusive spin-offs like Finest Hour. Without further
That's valid.
ado, let's get into these rankings. First up at number 20 is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
This game was buns. This game was dust. It was still fun though. It was fun because it was at a time in my life where I had nothing to worry about. I had no bills. I had no car. I was in high school. It was fun. So, you know what? If he wants to clarify this as one of the worst Call of Duties of all time, so be it. To me, it is what it is. It was fun because I was young. This is why. It's very subjective. Moving on.
I'm not going to go much into this at all. This game is just trash. It doesn't even look or feel like a Call of Duty game. We're all playing as futuristic robots wall running and jetpacking around with abilities that don't even belong in the franchise.
True. This is not a Call of Duty game.
It felt like this was by far the most experimental Call of Duty, and
This was a good map though.
for me, it just missed a mark in every single regard. Next up is Modern Warfare 3, and no, I'm not talking about this one, I'm talking about this one. The campaign was so short and just feels like a thrown together DLC, and the open combat missions felt more like Warzone than a classic COD campaign. Multiplayer for me was fun for like 20 minutes until I realized all the maps are just remade MW2 maps. Which, don't get me wrong, I love these maps, but this is the worst possible state to play them in. Just give me a Modern Warfare 2 remaster if you're gonna do this. I'm not joking.
True.
You're exaggerating when I say I played this game for like 3 to 4 days. I hit a crane shot and I never touched it again. Oh!
Oh, he fucking hit that shit.
I killed him! Next up is
That's a crazy shot, not gonna lie.
Vanguard. Sledgehammer tried to take us back to the World War II period, but it felt like a massive step backwards in comparison to their first step.
See this game, Vanguard, I played it, I ripped it. Prestige, all that jazz. It wasn't it. It wasn't it.
At this time period. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one at all. The campaign was short and forgettable, and while I don't really care about historical accuracy, this story was just way too far off the path for me. Zombies felt rushed, I wasn't a fan of the multiplayer, and overall the maps just felt really poor in design, with way too many destructible elements. If any COD game deserves the title of yearly cycle slop, this would definitely be the game. Speaking of yearly slop, next up is
I mean, like, true. It was not the best Call of Duty ever, but it was still like, I mean, like I'm saying, it's in my time of like, bro, this game came out. Hold on, when did this game come out? Bruh. November 5th, 2021. So that's prime COVID. I grinded that shit, not gonna lie.
Modern Warfare 2, the 2022 version. This game had big shoes to fill after 2019's
game was
reboot,
good.
and it fell short in every regard except the campaign. The multiplayer experience was completely hindered because the developers thought it would be a good idea to nerf all the movement capabilities and speed from the previous game, leaving top players very frustrated with the now limited outplay possibilities. And don't even get me started about this game's menus. I'm pretty sure it was confirmed before.
Yeah, the menus suck, dude. Like, what happened to simple menus? Multiplayer, campaign, single player. What is all this bullshit? True.
Former Hulu employee designed the UI for this menu, and I gotta agree that's probably the case for this one. It is a literal clusterfuck of panels. The first time I booted this up, it took me like 5 minutes to just get a game started. Like, how
Okay, bro. I mean, like, it doesn't take that long to find a game. Come on.
do we go from this to this? I seriously don't understand what they were thinking. The only redeeming quality to me about this game was the insane amount of glitches that were present at launch. I was making tutorials on bipod launches, care package glitches with shotguns, and many others that took the seriousness out of the game and made it pretty fun and laughable. Black Ops 6 is the newest kid on the block and had a lot of promise going back to the prime era of Black Ops, but with the addition of omnidirectional movement. While the movement is definitely refreshing, this game just feels like it could have been an update for Treyarch's already existing game Cold War. Other than
Okay, so if you're going to compare Cold War to BO6, I would give the edge to BO6. If you were playing ranked with your boys in BO6, that was peak. That was fun. Once again, talking through experience. Cold War was during COVID, which was also absolute cinema. These two games go neck and neck, I would say.
watching Pro League, I completely lost interest in this game after
BO6 was unreal.
First Prestige, and zombies didn't catch my attention at all.
The BO6 Zombies was unreal. Don't listen to this guy. That Zombies in BO6 was fantastic.
Call of Duty 2 was a launch title for the Xbox 360, and I got it the day I got my console before I even got Xbox Live. This campaign was really funny because I was just a little kid when it came out, and I was learning about World War II in school and then coming home and running through the D-Day missions on Xbox. And its multiplayer helped make Call of Duty a household name, as it was the first of the series to have a native multiplayer option on console. While this game is fun, it lacks a lot of depth, so I can't really put it any higher on this list. It's a gem for its time period, and overall helped push Call of Duty in the right direction. Call of Duty 3 was Treyarch's first crack at the series, and it shows. It's not terrible, but it felt like Call of Duty 2.5. The campaign may have been short, but it has some really iconic missions and scripted moments, including the very opening mission. And multiplayer was definitely an improvement too, but was still very bare bones. A big thing about this game is it would actually introduce a sprint mechanic to the series, which helped speed up the pacing of multiplayer action by a ton. The most fun I had in this
Yeah, this game was very hard to play. I mean, very, like, not up to new console tech, if you will.
game was running around popping people to Springfield, and if I wasn't doing that, I was probably playing a different game instead, to be completely honest. Kicking off my C tier is Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 took a bold swing by ditching the campaign for Black
Okay, so I think Black Ops 4 is probably the worst Black Ops in the entire Black Ops series. Personally, I played it. It was fun. Black Ops 4 was nowhere near any other of the Black Ops.
Blackout, COD's first battle royale. And I know I said I wouldn't talk about Warzone in this video, but Blackout in my opinion was better in every single way. The map design was overall great, and everything and everyone was visible. And all the gunfights felt very responsive and super fun to be in. But the biggest downside to Blackout was there was no crossplay, so Xbox could only play with Xbox, PlayStation can only play with PlayStation, so on and so forth.
Okay, so this is another huge debate here. Crossplay, right? Does Xbox want to stay with Xbox? Does PS4, PS5 want to stay with PS5? Does PlayStation want to stay with PlayStation? Does Xbox want to stay with Xbox? Do we want hackers on PC playing with Xbox servers? I play on Xbox personally. I play on Xbox. I don't want no sweaty motherfucker on his PC. So the crossplay thing, I hear ya. I think it's fine. I think it's okay to not have crossplay. But it is what it is.
which left communities isolated, especially the small PC one at the time. And the multiplayer was a nice switch up, ditching jetpacks and returning to boots on ground. And this game had a really good lineup of rifles that I really liked, like the ICR, KN57, and the Maddox, and they later added the Grav and Peacekeeper. But I gotta be honest, the lack of campaign left it feeling hollow or giving it any meaningful connection to the Black Ops series at all. And zombies got stale faster than any version I had played before it. But to be fair, Black Ops 3 Zombies is a tough one to beat. It's a solid multiplayer game, don't get me wrong, but it just didn't have the full Call of Duty package. Black Ops to be. It's a solid multiplayer.
What did he say?
Version I had played before it. But to be fair, Black Ops 3 Zombies is a tough one to beat. It's a solid multiplayer game, don't get me wrong, but it just didn't have the full
That's not Black Ops 3.
Call of Duty package. Black Ops Cold War, to keep it short, was a good game. I personally put a lot of time into this title.
This map was unbelievable. This map was fantastic. This map for Search and Destroy, if you were GBing at the time, if you're wagering at the time, this map was fantastic.
And found myself enjoying ranked play a lot. The multiplayer was snappy and responsive, all the weapons felt really good to use, and nothing felt too strong or unusable. I honestly found myself using a majority of the game's arsenal all the time. And zombies, well, let's just not talk about zombies in the...
It was also good zombies though. Like, no, you're never gonna remaster Kino der Tonnen. You're never gonna do it. So just allow it. BO3 Zombies was fantastic. Even this Zombies was good. BO6 Zombies was fantastic. Moving on.
This game, because I didn't really play it more than 5 times. Next up is Call of Duty World War II. World War II went back to the series roots, and it worked, mostly. The campaign was emotional and enjoyable, but it didn't really innovate much at all. And multiplayer, despite the hate it got, was really good in my opinion. The time to kill was not too fast, nor was it too slow, and overall, the gunplay felt really fast-paced and responsive compared to all other World War II themed Call of Duties before it. Oh, and it brought back the 25 kill streak nuke, but in this game, it was called the V2 Rocket. Now, this wasn't a game-ending streak like the MW2 nuke, but it gave us players something to actually grind towards, because for a short period of time it felt like they completely abandoned this idea. Overall, World War II might not have been a standout COD for many, but it was a great middle of the pack title that served its purpose for the yearly cycle way better than others.
It was fun, I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed that COD. Throwing it back a bit, throw it back one time for the one time. I enjoyed it.
Kicking off the B tier and our top 10 is Black Ops 3.
Top 10 BO3, to me, that's crazy. BO3, dude. If you were not good at BO3, maybe this guy was not good at BO3. This was one of the best Call of Duties of all time. This is one of the best Black Ops series games of all time. BO3 was unbelievable.
Black Ops 3 had a wild and confusing campaign that actually needed a comic to make.
So this guy's really heavily on the campaign, rightfully so. I understand that. Dude, I'm talking about multiplayer. Bro, BO3, give me a goddamn break, bro. That game was fantastic.
Sense of it. Multiplayer introduced specialists to the series, and I'm not talking about the streak package.
Bro, the Man of War, the M8, Vesper. Bro. BO3 was peak. Peak!
Which made Call of Duty...
I love BO3. Soft place in my heart. Not to get all sentimental on you guys, but yeah, BO3. My dad died in September of 2015. BO3 came out October 2015. This game has a special place in my heart. And I'm not just saying that just because of that. I actually truly think this game was just fantastic. Oh my gosh. BO3. Unreal Call of Duty.
Feel like a hero shooter more than an actual COD game, but the jetpack movement felt miles better and way more balanced than Advanced Warfare, as it was
BO3 was so good.
Way smoother to use and had a cooldown meter to keep it balanced. But Zombies was probably the biggest highlight for this game and is...
The BO3 Zombies, oh my Lanta. Bro, BO3 Zombies, to me, I would put that over BO2 Zombies. Call me crazy. I would put BO3 Zombies over BO2. Nothing's topping Kino and BO1, but BO3 Zombies, bro. BO1, 2, 3, unbelievable Call of Duties, man. Fantastic masterpieces. If you were not good enough to play BO3, sucks for you. But what a fantastic Call of Duty that was.
It's widely considered the best zombies game in the entire series, because not only were the new maps cool, but all the maps that came before it were released in a DLC bundle. But here's the really cool part: if you were on PC for this game, we had workshop access to custom zombies maps created by other players. And these maps were totally badass. They were custom experiences with actual stories and ways to survive the mode and win the game, while some of them were just straight up memes to load your friends into for a quick laugh. Overall, this was a great Call of Duty game and a perfect—
Oh, Combine, dude. Combine, what a map. The Weevil. Oh my god, bro. The Man of War. The Vesper. Oh my god, this game was so good, dude. Oh my god, I wish I could go back to BO3 days. Oh my god, 2015 when I was a fucking 15-year-old. Oh my god.
perfect way to kick off our top 10. Now this might be a hot take, but next up at number 9 is Advanced Warfare.
What a banger of a Call of Duty. Listen, first Call of Duty introduced jetpacks and advanced movement. Bro, Infinity War, Advanced Warfare, they did such a good damn job of this fucking Call of Duty. Advanced Warfare, the ASM-1 Speakeasy, the BAL. Oh my Lanta, bro. This game was so good. Solar, Detroit, Riot. If you weren't there, COD Champs 2015. Oh my god, dude. I'm reminiscing hard. What a game Advanced Warfare was. Oh my god, what a game.
W introduced jetpacks and exosuits to the series, and it was a breath of fresh air to some players, while others saw it as Call of Duty abandoning what made it great. For me, this campaign was an over-the-top blockbuster, but multiplayer was extremely
This guy's heavy on campaign.
Balanced and introduced pay-to-win weapons, or at the very least luck.
ASM-1 Speakeasy. What did I just say? This gun was so broken. Oh my god.
To win weapons. And while people hated Exo Zombies, I actually really liked it. It was fun. Overall, I think it was a really good game that was a fun change of pace from the traditional Call of Duties, but
this sniper was so broken.
Just didn't hit like every other game that's above it on this list.
Disagree?
It's a fun experiment that didn't fully land. But our next game, Call of Duty Ghosts, it's a divisive one. Some fans love it, and many fans call it a bland miss.
See, Call Ghosts was like, at the time with Call of Duty, where it's like, COD's falling off, but like, if you actually ripped COD and you played COD from prior years, this game was good, dude. COD Ghosts was good.
The campaign was badass and fun, but ultimately was forgettable in comparison to other ones, and had
this guy's so heavy on campaign.
A cliffhanger ending that never really got resolved. But here's the biggest hot take. Personally, I love the multiplayer in this game. The maps were really good.
That's not a crazy, this guy's like, oh, hot take. I love the multiplayer. Bro, COD Ghosts was so good.
The time to kill being faster was a nice change of pace, and the DLCs only made the game better with the maps and weapons they added. Like, who remembers using the Ripper? That thing was busted. It was an AR SMG combo, and you could swap between them. There was literally zero reason to use any other weapon after this one released. Oh, and how would I forget about Extinction Mode? Like, I've heard so many cool things about it, but I gotta be honest, I didn't put a lot of time into it, so I'm not even gonna talk about it. Even with all the great stuff in this game, it didn't help it from feeling like another Call of Duty on autopilot for many other players. I guess I'm just the odd one out when it comes to this one. This was really fun for me. Next up, we have the A tier, and in number 7 kicking off the tier is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019.
This game was fantastic, dude. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. Oh my gosh. This game was good, dude. This was fun. This was a fantastic Call of Duty. Wow. Yeah, if you weren't there, fuck, I'm sorry.
Modern Warfare 2019 was a straight up banger of a reboot that brought the franchise back to its glory days, pulling in OG players like a magnet. When I was working at the car dealership and this trailer dropped, everyone that I was working with took a lunch break to go buy a console so they could play this game when it released. Infinity Ward absolutely crushed it with this realistic, gritty campaign featuring fan favorites like Captain Price and iconic missions that hit right in the feels. While the revamped multiplayer ditched jetpacks for fast-paced boots-on-ground action, it introduced the weapon armory, which allowed us to create the most bizarre weapons we have ever seen up until this point. And we were getting at least 100 new YouTube videos a day telling us what are the best 5 attachments I have, or look at this goofy gun you should run. I think this is literally the only time Call of Duty has ever gotten close to capturing lightning in a bottle for the second time. But that's enough of these new games. Let's jump back to an absolute classic with World at War. This game brought us zombies in a brutal World War II campaign to the likes that we have never seen before.
Zombies multiplayer classic.
It finally found its footing with this game, and myself and other players rank it pretty high amongst other titles. The multiplayer was gritty and fun, and introduced one of my favorite modes ever, War. Unless you camped in one of these tanks, then I hate you. And Zombies laid the groundwork for a franchise staple. While I think the maps were a bit boring, it's still a classic experience that holds up to this day. But another classic is going to be Modern Warfare 3 from 2011.
Oh, dude, give me a goddamn break. NW3, listen to the run Call of Duty went on, alright? Modern Warfare, BO1, NW3, BO2. Dude. The run Call of Duty went on. If you were not there for the fucking prime days of Call of Duty, if you're a Ute, if you're a younger kid, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. This was peak life. This was peak gaming. And unfortunately, it will never be remastered. I know they want to bring back the games and remaster them and put them on the new gen consoles. Dude, if you were not there playing that shit on the PS3, the Xbox 360, if you were not there, bro, you missed out, man. This was peak Call of Duty.
The original MW3 wrapped up the trilogy with a bang. The campaign was a satisfying but sad end to the Modern
What's his top 3? BO2, MW2, BO1.
Warfare story. And multiplayer introduced a much more fast and arcadey feel versus other
This
games,
game was
adding
so
bangers
good.
like Infected, Drop Zone, and
Infected was, oh my gosh, bro. If you played Infected with your boys in a private lobby, give me a goddamn break.
Kill Confirmed to our game mode pool. It's kind of embarrassing to admit I at least
Terminal.
had 1 to 2K hours in MW3 Infected playing with the boys. The trash talk and the bullshit spots you could get into led to some pretty long nights. This game also added the 2v2 and 3v3 playlists, which in itself was super fun to queue into and
What a game.
farm some noobs on smaller maps. And last thing about MW3 is a survivor mode, which added a horde-like mode from Gears of War to Call of Duty. And overall, this mode was super fun to queue up with my friends and try to survive as long as we could. It's not as iconic as its predecessors, but this game is still a banger. For the number 4 spot, it only made sense that I had Call of Duty 4 here. This game changed everything. It kicked off one of the most legendary campaign three-peats of all time, introducing beloved characters like Captain Price, Gaz, and of course,
What the hell kind of name is Soap, eh? How'd a muppet like you pass selection?
and the campaign's mission all gillied
Banger.
up is one of the highest regarded and best levels in all of gaming and is still discussed in speedrun to this day. And the multiplayer was nothing short of great either. After I hit max level, I spent a lot of time going for cool sniper clips or trick shots off the many out of map bounce spots that were in the game, which was peak entertainment for a 9-year-old like me. Finally, we have our prestigious,
My first COD ever.
glorious S tier, and no better
What's in his S here? BO1, BO2, NW2.
way to kick it off is with Black Ops 1.
In my opinion, the greatest Call of Duty of all time. My opinion. People say BO2, people say NW2. My opinion, BO1 is the greatest Call of Duty of all time. Like I said earlier, it's all about your presence of life at that moment the game came out. I was a grade 4 playing this game night and day. I used to fake sick to play this game. I used to fake going anywhere, family events, to play this game all damn day. My opinion, this is the greatest Call of Duty of all time. BO1.
Black Ops 1 is a fan favorite and rightfully deserves its place at number 3. The campaign's
Obviously.
mind-bending story around Alex
I think he's going to go BO2 next, NW2 number 1.
Mason and the numbers
Rightfully so.
caused fan obsession and added a layer of replayability to decode the
Bro, Kino Zombies. Literally the best zombies of all time. There is not a single Call of Duty that will ever get released where it's going to be better than Kino. And I know Kino and BO1 came out in 2010. You will never, ever replicate Kino der Toten on BO1 zombies. Ever. I don't care how good technology gets. I don't care how good gaming gets or proceeds. Dude, you can never top Kino der Toten. Never, ever, ever, ever.
hidden messages
What a game. What a game.
and meanings
You just have to be there.
in the story. And multiplayer was top-notch, introducing the currency
Summit, banger map. Commando, banger.
system to unlock weapons, attachments, and camos, and they only enhanced its experience with wager matches, where you could have fun in the anti-up mode and enjoy the games without risking any cash, or hop into the high rollers and go for the big money. And zombies got exponentially better from World at War, with insanely fan-favorite maps like
Okay, so here's another thing. Look at the fucking maps. Kino, 5. Ascension, Moon. Bro. What are we talking about here? There's Shangri-La even, if you will. I preferred Kino, Moon. I like 5, not gonna lie. Ascension? Pfft. Bro, this game was so good. Oh, I'd love to go back to those days, man. I wish I could go back to when I was a grade 4, skipping school to play BO1. Fuck. Now I gotta pay my phone bill and shit.
Eno, Vive, Call of the Dead, Ascension, and Moon joining the map pool. This game was loaded with Easter eggs.
Remember I played on PS3, R2, R1, you spam the fucking triggers you released from the chair.
Fun things to discover, and overall just had a ton of replayability packed into the game. But if Black Ops 1 is this good, that means Black Ops 2 is a masterpiece. The
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Blockbuster campaign, futuristic weapons, and Ruel Menendez being the main protagonist were all perfectly crafted for a badass experience. And for the first time to my knowledge, we had alternative
2010 BO1, 2012 BO2. If you were not here for Prime COD, dude, I'm sorry.
campaign endings in a Call of Duty game, depending on the decision you made. And 13-year-old me was absolutely stressing out on how to end this story off. We also got the Pick 10 system, which revolutionized multiplayer and led to so many hilarious loadouts and game-breaking weapon builds. Trick shotters and snipers were raking in millions of dollars uploading daily videos like Road to a Kill Cam, and YouTubers like Jev and Rain were uploading daily videos talking about just about anything.
Good old days. The cut comms from the FaZe Clan, Jev, Rain, FaZe Adapt, bro. Never mind the games themselves. Like, coming home from school, myself, 2012 was, I graduated high school 2014. Sorry, not high school, grade 8. Yeah, I was grade 6, 7. I used to just come home and just listen to FaZe Adapt yap about absolutely nothing and just rip BO2 all day, all night until I had soccer practice.
Zombies was only one iteration away from its peak in Black Ops 3, so the game was more
BO1 Zombies is better than BO2 though, I'm not gonna lie.
than solid.
You cannot beat BO1 Zombies, bro.
Honestly was the blueprint that Call of Duty should have followed for every game after this, which we know is unfortunately not the case. But that leaves our number one game.
Number one game all time, MW2. I am not disappointed with this list. I'm not gonna lie.
In the absolute best game in all of Call of Duty, which is Modern Warfare 2 from 2009. This
Bro.
game is the undisputed king.
I coach kids in soccer who were born after 2009. I played this game as a kid. The fact that time flies that quickly makes me sick. But you know what's crazy? I still play this game to this day. I still play BO1. I still play BO2. I still play MW2, MW3, COD Ghost, COD 4, all on my PlayStation 3. I never got rid of my PlayStation 3, and I will never get rid of my PlayStation 3.
Of the franchise, and the community's love for it burns as bright as ever. Even in the
What a game this was, bro.
current year, 2025,
Intervention,
we are getting fan-made remasters.
High Rise, Terminal. COD's just not the same anymore, man. It's just not.
That are
It's sad, but you know what though? The thing is, maybe it's not that COD's not good anymore. Listen, I don't even know what it's called, Singularity on BO7, aka Dark Matter on BO3. I got that shit for BO7. I got Singularity camo. I haven't touched BO7 since. Maybe we're just older now. Maybe we're all older now. Which makes sense. If you grew up in the time, like myself, playing these games from elementary all the way through high school, and then now the games that come out, you try to play them, you want to play them, it just doesn't hit the same because we're older. And that's okay, that's the way she goes. At least we got to experience this as we were kids, man. This was just peak. Oh, man. What a series of events this Call of Duty franchise is. No matter what company makes the game, they just continue to just drop bangers for years.
Constantly being
NW201 for this guy. That doesn't surprise me. I would hear somebody out all day if they thought NW2 is the greatest COD of all time. What I say BO1 is, how are you going to argue against me? You know what I'm saying? This game, NW2, perfect. BO1, perfect. BO2, perfect. Say what you will. BO3, perfect. Bro, Call of Duty had so many perfect. NW3, perfect. The list goes on and on. The Call of Duty franchise as a whole, David Vonderhaar, shout out him, and everybody else who ever produced or even had anything to do with Call of Duty. Bro. What an unbelievable franchise. Unbelievable memories.
Massive player base topping 500,000 at launch of gaming, with its unfiltered trash talk and massive player base topping.
Oh, that's another thing too. If you play Black Ops, or not Black Ops, Call of Duty in general, as a kid, I was a kid playing this game. If you did not experience getting shit talked by some fucking 33-year-old man with a wife and kids after you killed them, bro, I'm telling you right now, Call of Duty, that's where boys turn to men. That's where boys turn to men. Playing Call of Duty as a kid. I have gotten cussed out by men at that time who were probably 15, 18, I would say even 20 years older than me. Cussing me out in a fucking search and destroy lobby on BO1. I'm a grade 4. How old are you in grade 4? Nine to 10 years old. Bro, I was 9 to 10 years old getting cussed out by a fucking 18, 19, 20, 32, 28-year-old playing BO1. That's where boys turn to men. This is why Call of Duty will forever be in my Mount Rushmore of video games.
500,000 at launch.
500,000 at launch is absolutely crazy. That's not a lot of people compared to like today's games.
Despite the minor gripes like one,
Like, for example, Apex Legends. How much players did Apex Legends have at launch? Keep in mind, this game came out during COVID. Apex Legends had over 2.5 million players in its first 24 hours. MW2, arguably one of the greatest Call of Duties of all time, had 500,000. Times have changed, man. Times have changed.
Man Army noob tubing, the community cherishes this game's polished mechanics, bold storytelling, and cultural impact, setting
One of the best campaigns of all time, NW2.
records with $550 million made in just 5 days of its release. Modern Warfare 2
I'm sorry, what?
pack, setting records with $550 million made in just 5 days of its release.
$500 million in the first 5 days of release in 2009? Imagine. You can't even imagine that, bro, because we're all grown up now. Everybody who played NW2, like, I was so young, but I was still playing it. Imagine the guys who were in high school. Like, whoever was in high school playing this game, they're probably in their 40s now. Bro. What a time to be alive. You know Drake? Shout out Drake. What a time to be alive. Drake Future. Man. Unreal.
Modern Warfare 2 isn't just a game, it's a legend that defined a generation of gaming for many, including myself. And that's
True. True. BO1, BO2, BO3, NW2, NW3. Ghost, if you will. COD 4. For me, Advanced Warfare. Unbelievable game. Fantastic game. I don't want to say COD is not the same anymore because Call of Duty will always be Call of Duty. But I think a big part of people's nostalgia when it comes to video games is where they were in their life. And for myself speaking, for example, Prime Fortnite. People talk about Prime Fortnite as if it was Jesus Christ walking onto Earth. And it was. It was absolutely peak. But I'm speaking for myself here. When Fortnite came out, I was a grade 10. What does a grade 10 have anything to worry about? Other than, well, my priorities at the time were I had soccer practice. I had soccer games. All I did was go to soccer. Oh, no, sorry. Go to school, go to soccer, come home, Fortnite. Wake up, go to school, come home, Fortnite. Soccer, Fortnite, school, Fortnite, soccer, school. At that time in life. And also Call of Duty in between. But Prime Fortnite, dude. Like, if you're, I wonder, I would love to talk to a person who experienced Prime Fortnite at like 32 years of age. Somebody who's been gaming their entire life. A 32-year-old who played all the Call of Duties. That's what I'd be curious to see what they would think. But man, Call of Duty, never mind Fortnite, but Call of Duty, dude, masterclass of video games, just absolute cinema. Some of the best memories I've ever had in my life is playing so many Call of Duty games. Yeah, well, that list, I don't disagree with it. Personally, me, my top five, not in order. BO1, BO2, BO3, NW2. Wait, what did I say? NW2, BO1, BO2, BO3. I would chuck Advanced Warfare in there, personally speaking. People might think that's crazy. If you weren't there, you don't know. But that's just my list. If you listen to my favorite athletes of all time, if you're an older head, you'd probably be like, what the fuck's this kid talking about? It is what it is, man. What a fantastic franchise. What a run. Shout out Call of Duty. I know the end is near. And I know people are playing older Call of Duties. They are bringing back BO2, BO1 for PS4, PS5 players because BO7 is so dead. That's a shame because this game, this franchise used to be so cherished and loved. And like I said before, maybe we're too old. Maybe nobody has the time anymore to play these games. Will I still get Dark Matter and Singularity Camo? Yes, I will, and I do have it. I will forever grind Call of Duty. It is what it is, man. What a franchise. What a time to be alive. That's it. That's all. Thanks for watching. Ciao.